Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we've got a really compelling story shared by a listener.
It really is. It touches on so much profound illness, healing quests, karma, belief.
Exactly. It's this incredible personal account, almost like a modern myth in some ways. We're talking serious illness, mystical encounters, complicated relationships, all tied up with karma and, well, supernatural beliefs.
It's a rich tapestry, absolutely. It shows one person navigating physical pain, spiritual practices, both old and new, and eventually finding her own way to some inner peace.
So our mission today, let's unpack this. We'll look at what happened, maybe explore the why from a karmic viewpoint using our sources, and see what insights we can pull out.
Insights about karma, belief, the choices we make. Yeah.
Get ready for some moments that might make you rethink things a bit. Let's dive in. Okay, so where does it start? Our listener is 31. It's the year 2539 BE,
Yeah.
which is about 1996 for most of us.
Right, Buddhist era, common in Thailand.
And this is just over a year after her third child was born. She develops the severe leg pain, so bad she can barely walk.
Debilitating.
She tries modern medicine, but instead of relief, she gets intense heart palpitations, rapid heartbeat, like over 100 beats per minute, and the leg pain. Still there.
So naturally she looks elsewhere.
Exactly. Her uncle guides her to a Siwayat doctor, a traditional spiritual healer.
Okay, someone blending herbs and rituals, that kind of thing.
Seems like it. This doctor applies betel leaves to the painful spot, and she describes, well, blood-stained pus-like liquid coming out. Foul odor, the works.
Wow. Dramatic.
Very.
Yeah.
After a month of traditional medicine, compresses, the leg pain actually disappears.
It vanished, but that imagery, the pus-like liquid, it's quite striking.
It is, and our sources offer a fascinating take on this, don't they? Both the pain and that substance.
They do. The leg pain itself is explained as direct past karma, specifically from a past life in an agricultural setting, tying up animals that were going to be sold for slaughter.
So the restriction and pain inflicted comes back as her own physical suffering.
Precisely. It's that karmic reflection. But the blood-stained pus, that's where it gets even more unusual. Our sources are clear. It wasn't naturally in her body.
It wasn't. Then how?
It was placed there by a subtle being called a Vidyadhara.
A Vidyadhara. What exactly is that?
Well, in this context, think of them as non-physical entities. Often the sources suggest these were individuals who practiced black magic when they were human.
And after death?
They become part of this spiritual hierarchy, almost like an underworld, often serving other Vidyadharans. It's like a continuation of their karmic entanglement with dark arts.
So this Vidyadhara put the substance there. Why?
To create mystique, to build the patient's faith in the healer and the method, and crucially to sort of tie her to this specific practice.
And the human Siwayat doctor wouldn't even know.
Wouldn't even see it happening. They'd just be doing the chants, the ritual part, while the Vidyadharan does the, let's say, special effects. It's quite a layer of unseen influence.
Okay, so the leg pain is gone, but other problems remain. The heart palpitations, the rapid heartbeat, and this strange lump in her throat. They didn't go away.
Still persisting.
So again, she follows her uncle's advice. This time to a female noodle massage doctor.
Noodle massage.
Right.
That refers to the energy lines, sen lines, in traditional Thai massage, not actual noodles.
Good clarification.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a traditional line massage specialist, she's about 50, married, and she immediately gives a diagnosis.
What does she say?
Toxic thyroid. And she adds that modern doctors couldn't find it because, quote, something was blocking the diagnosis.
Adding that element of hidden knowledge.
Exactly. And her treatment, pretty intense. Daily throat reaching. It made our listener vomit large amounts of blood and phlegm.
Goodness. For how long?
For 3 months, until the symptoms finally started to improve. That sounds absolutely grueling.
It really does. So these throat and heart issues, what's the karmic perspective there?
Well, this is where the detail gets quite specific again. The rapid heart rate, the palpitations, vomiting blood that's linked back to karma from overworking old, weak animals.
Like cows, buffaloes.
Yeah, pushing them so hard they'd get exhausted, even vomit. You see the parallel suffering.
The echo.
And the throat lump, the bone growth, even the discomfort she still sometimes feels now.
What's the link there?
That's traced to a past life where she, as a child perhaps, played roughly with puppies and kittens, sometimes squeezing their necks in frustration, making them struggle to breathe.
Wow. So specific actions leading to specific physical consequences later on.
It seems so. Now, our sources do say a full cure now is possible.
Through merit and good medical care.
Yes, accumulating significant merit, finding the right modern treatments. But there's a warning, too.
Which is?
That old toxic thyroid issue. It could come back if she's under a lot of stress or isn't getting enough rest.
Right. So it emphasizes that healing isn't just physical, it's mental, spiritual well-being, too. Addressing the whole picture, not just the symptoms.
Definitely. But the story with this noodle massage doctor, the NMD, it gets much more complicated.
How so?
Our listener starts staying with her. The NMD massages her, chants spells, sleeps beside her.
Okay.
Then it escalates. The NMD starts hugging her, having the listener sleep on her arm, like a partner.
That's crossing some boundaries. How did the listener react?
She accepted it. Remember, she was desperate to get better.
Right, that vulnerability.
Then the NMD introduces this whole narrative. She claims she's being possessed by Ajahn Vidyadhara, #3.
Another Vidyadhara.
Apparently. This spirit supposedly appeared in a dream, claiming our listener was his wife in a past life.
His wife.
Yes. Said he'd been searching for her for years, wanted to heal her, and even told her she would become a noodle massage doctor, too.
That's a very convenient narrative for the NMD, isn't it? Blurring lines, creating dependence.
It seems that way.
Mm-hmm.
What did the sources say about this possession claim?
Well, they're quite direct. They state the NMD showed deviant sexual behavior and was not actually possessed by any Vidyadhara.
So it was a fabrication.
Entirely. Likely stemming from her own beliefs, perhaps her own desires, projected onto this spiritual framework. It's a form of delusion.
And our listener going along with this, the intimacy.
That's explained as a result of her own past karma, specifically playboy karma, from lives where she, as a man, was unfaithful.
Setting up a pattern for these kinds of entangled, complex relationships.
Exactly. It shows how these karmic threads can pull us into very specific, difficult dynamics across lifetimes.
What about the ritual the NMD did? Changing palm lines so the listener could massage safely.
Purely for show, according to the sources. Belief building, the listener's ability to massage for long hours despite being small.
Yes.
That came from her strong belief in it, her conviction. Not magic palm lines, it was psychological.
Okay, so things are already complex. Then, while she's in this relationship with the NMD, she meets someone else. A man.
Oh boy.
He's described as Klein, but he's an alcoholic. She playfully says, if he quits drinking, maybe she'd consider him.
Then did he?
He did. Cold turkey. And then pursued her, really pursued her.
That's cheap.
Eventually, she consents to a physical relationship. But here's the thing. Every time he touched her, she felt intensely hot and vomited.
A strong physical reaction.
Right.
Very strange.
And distressing, I imagine. Of course, the NMD finds out.
And her reaction?
Fury. Absolute fury. She claims the man put a curse on her teacher spirit.
Her spirit guide she supposedly channeled.
Yes. The one she said was helping the listener with massage. She claimed this curse almost killed her, the NMD.
Oh.
Because, she said, she had stored a second heart with the listener for safekeeping. And without this second heart, the listener would have died long ago.
A second heart, stored with the listener. This is getting really fantastical.
It is. Pure drama. But what's the reality behind these claims? The curse, the second heart.
According to our sources, it's all rooted in the NMD's intense jealousy and her own deep-seated belief in black magic and this kind of, well, nonsense, as the source puts it.
So the man had no powers. It wasn't a real curse.
None whatsoever. He couldn't curse anyone like that. The listener's physical reaction, the heat, the vomiting when he touched her.
Yes. What caused that?
Not an external curse. It was her own internal state. Her own karmic complexities, the inner turmoil from being caught in these tangled, difficult relationships. It's actually described as a perfect example of how that playboy karma can manifest, leading to these incredibly charged, complicated situations.
So this pattern, unfaithfulness, entanglement. It's been cycling for all three of them.
Yes. The listener, the NMD, the man, across lifetimes, playing different roles, but caught in a similar dynamic of causing each other suffering through these complex bonds. It's a tough cycle.
So the NMD, completely convinced she's been cursed, takes the listener back to the first healer.
The Saiwat doctor again.
Right. And they perform another ritual, this time to remove the heart, presumably the NMD's stored second heart from the listener, and call back her spirit.
And did the listener feel anything?
Nothing at all. But the NMD apparently sobbed through the whole thing.
Interesting. And the outcome?
The Saiwite doctor concluded the ritual wasn't fully successful. The man's spell, he said, was just too strong.
Maintaining the belief system.
Seems like it. After this, both the listener and the NMD decide to ordain as meichis.
As lay nuns, observing precepts. A move towards renunciation, perhaps?
One might think, but even in robes, the NMD claims she's been cursed again and asks the listener to chant a counterspell for her.
Still caught in that cycle of belief.
And then it escalates further. The NMD's mother gets very sick. The Sai doctor diagnoses it as a pop ghost affliction.
A pop ghost, that's a specific kind of malevolent spirit in Thai folklore, right? Believed to possess people.
Exactly. And guess who the Sai doctor blames for sending it?
Let me guess. The man.
The very same man. So the NMD, now believing she's this powerful healer herself, decides she needs to handle this.
Oh dear, what did she do?
The rituals become extreme, truly disturbing. She performs them on our listener.
Oh, no, listener, why?
To counteract this supposed magic, I guess. First, she buries the listener up to her neck in a grave near a canal.
Buries her.
Up to the neck, chanting funeral rites over her. The listener reported feeling insects crawling all over her buried skin.
That's horrifying.
Then there was something called intestine washing, using sacred betel nut paste and a thorny pineapple stem.
Ouch. That sounds incredibly painful and invasive.
And then tying the listener up like a corpse with sacred thread, placing clay hearts on her chest.
Hearts.
Yes, and interrogating a pop ghost that was supposedly inside the listener now, too. It just kept escalating. Even her brother got involved, believing he was being called by spirits, leading to more aggressive exorcisms by the NMD.
This is quite a descent into extreme ritualistic practices based on these beliefs.
Yeah.
But what was really going on, according to the sources, was any of it supernatural?
That's the crucial part. These incredibly elaborate, distressing rituals, the grave, the pop ghost beliefs, the exorcisms.
Yes.
Our sources say they weren't about actual external supernatural forces attacking them.
So what then?
They were manifestations. Manifestations of the NMD's own deeply ingrained superstitions. And, importantly, reflections of the listener's own past karma, specifically having believed in and even practiced black magic herself in previous lives.
Ah, so her past drew her into this situation mirroring her own former beliefs.
Exactly. And those insects she felt in the grave.
Just normal bugs in the dirt.
Just normal small creatures in the soil. Nothing supernatural. It really highlights how powerful belief and past karmic imprints related to belief can be.
It absolutely does. So, being caught in such a complex web, how does someone get out? Is there a way out?
Well, this is where the story takes a turn. It shows that liberation is possible.
How did she break free?
She eventually did. After just 10 days of that machi ordination, something shifted. She started seeking genuine knowledge, real understanding.
Not just rituals and superstition.
Right. And she discovered Dhammakaya teachings. It's a specific Thai Buddhist tradition known for its focus on meditation.
Okay.
And her first experience entering the temple associated with these teachings, it was profound.
What happened?
She described this feeling, almost physical, of ghosts leaving her and monks entering. Tears just flowed uncontrollably, and this overwhelming sense of finally coming home.
Wow. A powerful, visceral shift.
It sounds like it. A real turning point, moving away from the path of delusion towards a path of wisdom.
That's a significant transformation.
And now, she observes Uposatha Sila regularly, the 8 precepts on special lunar days.
That deepening her practice.
And she actively tries to share what she calls the truth of life with the NMD, though apparently with little success so far.
That can be difficult, trying to help someone still caught in deep beliefs.
True. But her own children are now involved with the temple, making merit, so the positive impact is spreading through her family.
That's wonderful to hear.
But it makes you wonder, this shift, it wasn't instant. Friends and family had invited her to this temple for over 10 years before she finally went.
A whole decade.
Why the delay? Why only then?
Well, the explanation given is quite profound. It relates to deep time karmic separation. Our sources say she'd been separated from this particular spiritual community for many kalpas.
Kalpas, like vast cosmic timescale.
Yeah, exactly. Astronomical periods, lifetimes of universes. So her connection was distant. But eventually, her old merit, her past positive connections with this community, ripened.
The conditions finally came together.
Yes. Her previous spiritual practices existed, but they weren't considered serious enough, often mixed up with nonsense, as the sources put it, the superstitious elements we've discussed.
Right. And what about professions like the NMDs, this noodle massage doctor role? Does that often have karmic roots too?
Often, yes. The sources suggest it can stem from past life involvement with things like black magic, or perhaps taking vows to be a healer in a past life.
Which creates a kind of karmic seed for that profession.
Exactly. A tendency, a predisposition that can carry over and draw someone into that line of work in a future life.
So if someone finds themselves in a similar cycle, maybe drawn to a profession or relationship pattern due to these past imprints, can they break free? Can our listener ensure she doesn't become a masseuse again, for example?
Absolutely. Breaking free is possible, but it requires conscious effort for her not to be drawn back into that masseuse role in the future.
What's needed?
First, genuine disillusionment,
Mm-hmm.
a real detachment from that profession in this life, not just stopping, but the inner desire fading. Second, accumulating a lot of merit, good deeds, wholesome actions.
Okay.
And third, making sincere daily prayers and aspirations, really directing her intention towards a different path, reinforcing that wish.
It's about changing the inner landscape.
Precisely. And this leads to a really important point about how we engage with even potentially positive practices like teacher worship or waikru.
Gratitude towards teachers, that seems good.
It is, if it's done with panya, with wisdom, done out of genuine gratitude for the knowledge that helps you earn a living.
Okay, wisdom-based gratitude.
But if it's done with mohana, with delusion or ignorance, seeking mystical power, believing the teacher holds some magic key,
Then what?
then it actually keeps that karmic seed alive. It reinforces the connection to potentially problematic energies, even risking future entanglements with beings like Vidya thorns.
So intention is key. Wisdom over delusion.
Always. The path forward is always about cultivating wisdom, compassion, and diligent practice. Purifying our intentions constantly. It's deep inner work.
Wow. What a journey we've traced today. Just an incredible deep dive.
It really covers so much: pain, healing, strange encounters, complex relationships.
And ultimately finding clarity through a genuine spiritual path.
Yeah.
It really underscores the power of our karma, but also our choices, doesn't it?
It certainly does. It shows how subtly our past actions, beliefs, and relationships weave together to create our present. But also, crucially, the power we have to transform that reality.
Moving from relying on external forces, sometimes superstitious ones, to cultivating that inner wisdom and merit.
That's the core of the transformation, yes, the path to real freedom.
So as you listening reflect on this, maybe consider what subtle beliefs, conscious or not, might be shaping your reality. What experiences are they attracting?
What seeds are you planting today? And what harvest do you truly want? How can wisdom panya guide your choices?
Lots to think about. We invite you to continue your own deep dive into these questions.